So my exhaust vent in the bathroom is running, but it really doesn't blow anything outside because when I checked outside, the flap doesn't even open. And I don't feel any air at all coming out. Gonna turn the power off. And there's springs here that you gotta pinch for this to drop. And I bet they never even hooked this up. And this is what happens when homes are briefly renovated right before selling. Here's the duct right here. It's not hooked up to anything. They went through the trouble of actually securing this exhaust vent, but not actually securing the duct. I'm going to remove this plug, this power plug. And we'll see if this just drops now. There is one more screw up there. Kind of hard to reach. Now I gotta be careful of the wires. The duct that is ran, it's not supposed to fit in there like that. It's supposed to fit over. I could get a connector for that, but it's supposed to go over so that this flap can close. I want to see if the power is off to those wires before I disconnect them. I'm going to test on a known live circuit just to make sure my tester's working. And just check the neutral in case. And you just pull and twist to get these wires out. Now we can remove our old exhaust fan. So we've got a 4-inch duct coming off the exhaust fan, which is pretty standard here. And we have a 3-inch duct. And the outside one is standard 4-inch. And since this flap's not closing all the way, you can already see they're building a wasp nest in there. I decided when I got to Home Depot that I was going to replace everything. The 3 things you need to worry about when choosing a bathroom exhaust fan are the diameter of the exhaust, the size of the room you're ventilating, and how loud it's going to be. Now that I got all the materials needed, let's go ahead and install this exhaust fan. First thing I'm going to do is remove the old exhaust damper. Here I'm removing the exhaust vent from the 3 to 4 inch adapter, and I was going to try and shove this 4-inch new duct through the existing hole, but it didn't really work out that well. So I had to widen the hole a little bit and make the cut a little cleaner. Looks like the original hole was probably cut out with the Sawzall. Now I'm taping my new 4-inch duct to the old 3-inch duct with that 4-inch adapter. And I'm going to wrap some foil tape around this nice and tight. Now I'm shoving as much of this 4-inch duct into the wall as I can. Taping up the new exhaust vent to the duct using the foil tape. Shoving the duct into the hole now just to make sure that it is a nice and tight fit. And before I secure this to the house with some wood screws, I'm going to put a bead of silicone behind this vent. Now I'm removing the old 3-inch duct while at the same time pulling in the new 4-inch duct. The 4-inch wouldn't sit between the copper lines and the joist, but no big deal. I just undid the 4-inch from the 3-inch and rerouted the 4-inch under the pipes. Now I need to prep the new exhaust fan motor for retrofit. To do this, I need to remove these 2 screws so that I can lift the motor out of the case. Then removing this electrical box by popping this tab in. These tabs on the outside are for new installs on unfinished homes. You can either bend these in or leave as is if they'll fit in the hole. Installing a strain relief on the provided electrical box that goes on the exterior of the exhaust fan. Line up the tabs, install the screw to secure the exterior electrical box. Installing the vent as shown here, pull the vent through, slide the tabs into place, then secure the vent from the inside with one of the provided black screws. Now it's time to put the exhaust fan casing in its new home, which would be the ceiling. Hooking up the vent using only foil tape, that's what the instructions call for anyway, and I have a lot of it, so that's what I'm using. Getting ready to hook up the conductors. I'm just double checking to make sure the power's still off. Getting rid of these old push-in connectors. I did have to move the strain relief entryway for the conductor to the top of the box as I didn't have enough wire to go from the back. The new exhaust fan has two sets of conductors, one for the light, one for the fan. So I'm going to be using these three-way push-in connectors to join all these wires together. Blacks together, whites together, and greens together. Slide the interior electrical cover up into the box. Line it up with the hole and secure it with the black screw. We've got the electrical hooked up. We've got our duct hook up. Now before I mount this to this stud right here, I'm going to do one last look to make sure I don't have any tools left up here. With the casing attached to the joist, I can now push up the fan motor and blade up into the casing, then secure it in place with the two provided screws. Plugging in the fan, and I'm going to do a test real quick. Test good. Hooking up the bracket for the light with the two longer provided screws. Plug in the light and then line it up with the tabs and then slide the tabs into the hole. And I was hoping it would fully cover the hole in the wall, the existing one, but it didn't. No biggie. I cleaned it up with a little bit of caulking and I think it turned out pretty good. Nice little upgrade, and I'm not putting a bunch of steam up into the ceiling anymore, because now the exterior flap actually opens when you turn on the exhaust fan, which is a good thing. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Dave, and this fix is done.